Good evening. Welcome to California Today. I'm Liang Zhang. Here's a preview of some of today's stories. PayPal came under fire recently for a controversial policy update that sought to censor misinformation. The company has since rescinded its stance. Los Angeles City Council president has stepped down. On Monday, the decision came after recordings of her making derogatory remarks leaked to the public. And some Californians are tired of the widespread crime throughout the state. Grassroots groups say they hope to restore law and order this November. PayPal stock is down over 6% today. That's despite doing a 180-degree on a controversial policy update over the weekend. Back in September, PayPal said if any users send or post messages that promote misinformation, PayPal would deduct $2,500 from their account. That would be solely at the discretion of PayPal. But after an outcry from users, PayPal reversed course. It told the Epoch Times in an email that the policy update went out as an error and posted incorrect information. But some believe the damage has already been done, with social media users posting about closing their PayPal accounts. A former PayPal president even tweeted, "A private company now gets to decide to take your money if you say something they disagree with. Insanity." Followed by a comment from the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, who agrees. PayPal shares are down nearly 57% year to date. The Los Angeles City Council president has resigned. That's after recording came out of her making derogatory comments about another council member's family.
Nury Martinez, now former president of the Los Angeles City Council, resigned from the position on Monday in response to a leaked audio recording of her and other council members. The Los Angeles Times reported over the weekend that during an October 2021 meeting, Martinez vulgarly criticized fellow member Mike Bonin. She also mocked Bonin's adopted son. Bonin responded that his family was deeply offended by her comments. The meeting last year was with fellow councilman Kevin De Leon and Gil Cedillo. It is unclear if Martinez will also resign from the city council.
The suspect in the kidnapping and killing of a Central California family was a former employee who had a long-standing dispute with them. The sheriff said the relationship deteriorated badly.
Relatives of the slain family in Merced told investigators that 48-year-old Jesus Salgado had sent angry text messages or emails about a year ago after working with their trucking business.
When I was chatting with the family members a few days ago, one of them told me that this guy had worked at their company and that he was sending nasty emails or nasty texts and so on. And so there was a relationship with the family.
Salgado allegedly kidnapped an 8-month-old baby, her parents, and uncle on October 3rd and killed them and left their bodies in an almond orchard shortly after.
The first indications about the condition, I am not going to go into the condition of the adults. I will state that the baby did not appear to have any trauma on it. I'm going to let the pathologist make a determinate cause of death.
The bodies were discovered by a farm worker late Wednesday. Authorities identified his brother, Alberto Salgado, to be the accomplice in the murder. Both are booked into Merced County Jail.
Over the weekend, a shooting took place near a university campus. None of the victims were students who attend the school. According to Berkeley police, one person was killed and 3 others were wounded in a shooting early Saturday near the University of California, Berkeley. The university said none of those involved were UC Berkeley students. Police said the shooting followed an early morning fight near Telegraph and Juret Avenues. Multiple people fled and officers were quickly on the scene. No suspect has been arrested yet. The investigation is ongoing. The midterm elections are coming up, and people are fed up with crime plaguing the state. A coalition of groups hope to bring law and order back.
A number of community leaders are speaking against what they call California's soft on crime policies. During a press conference, Carl Chen, president of Oakland Chamber of Chinese Commerce, recalled an incident when someone attacked him in public.
But when we went through the whole process, believe it or not, at the sentencing, there were about 30, 40 people. They came to the courthouse, and guess what? They are supporting my attacker.
Chen said he later got a call from a New York Times reporter.
And she said that there are a group of folks, they are doing a GoFundMe for my attacker and the one that committed the crime. Then I checked it out. I said, oh my God, are you kidding me? So what my point is this: when people keep talking about, I'm so sorry that you're committing crimes, and when you're going out there and support them and send them the wrong message.
According to statistics released by the FBI, the country reported similar levels in crime between 2021 and 2020, around 11 million criminal offenses reported. That's a 5.6% increase from the number of reports in 2019.
But I have personal experience back in China, and I went through the Cultural Revolution in the 1960s, and the first thing the Red Guard come in and destroyed the basic fundamental social order is remove the law and general law. So it created a lawlessness in China, and that's a horrible experience for. I was a very young kid, and my memory is very strong.
Earlier this year, 2 district attorneys who faced grassroots-led recalls were criticized for their leniency on crime.
Public safety is a very top priority in any society. As simple as that. We have to strike the balance and cannot go to the extreme. At the end of the day, everybody got to have confidence that we can come home safely after a day of work or school.
They encourage people to elect officials who can regain that balance.
A San Francisco council member thinks the Blue Angels should not fly over the city, but he did not elaborate. In a tweet on Sunday, Supervisor Dean Preston said the Blue Angels should not be allowed to fly over San Francisco. That's it. That's the tweet. He did not explain why. While some people commented saying they agree with Preston, others criticized him. Some partially agreed, saying the U.S. Navy air shows should not be above residential neighborhoods, but over the water is fine. We are going to take a short break, but here's a look at what we got for you when we come back. We'll have a look inside a community forum where 2 running candidates for LA County Sheriff's Department spoke, but did not end the face-off that one of them was hoping for. Contenders stepped up to the scale on Monday for the world heavyweight titles in Pumpkins. We'll tell you about who won and what new records were set. Southern California held its 60th annual Sandcastle building contest. We'll take you to see all the impressive creations. That and more on California Today. Despite a battle for the largest sheriff's department heating up, the 2 running candidates did not face each other at an Asian Pacific Islander community forum recently. NTD's Jackie Reels went to find out more.
On Tuesday night, Los Angeles County incumbent Sheriff Alex Villanueva and retired Long Beach Police Chief Robert Luna spoke at a forum organized by the Asian Pacific Islander Community, or API community. The event scheduled both Villanueva and Luna to take the stage one after another without facing each other. Originally, Chief Luna was going to appear live stream, but was able to attend as well.
First, I want to apologize to everyone here. I want to apologize because this should have been a debate. Should have been a person-to-person debate, but my opponent lacked the courage to actually face me, person-to-person like we've done in the past.
Luna later arrived at the event in person. One topic was crime specifically targeting the Asian community while seemingly not targeting other racial groups. Both candidates addressed the issue.
So everything we do is to protect the victim. We want to safeguard the rights of the suspects that we detain when we do arrests, of course. However, our justice system is blind for a reason. And if we have probable cause to make arrests, it's not because of the color of their skin, their gender, their sexual orientation. It's because we have probable cause they actually committed the crime. So the justice system has to be blind. We have to support it.
Villanueva added that the department has a hate crime task force. He also discussed high-profile crimes that occur with the Asian community and the strong response from the LA County Sheriff's Department.
We're responding to the best of our ability, that we're investigating to the best of our ability, and full collaboration with, like, for example, the district attorney's office. If we have an Asian hate crime, we have to make sure that we send a very strong message. And by the way, what I'm describing to you takes an extensive partnership with people like the DA or the FBI or state DOJ, who all have response teams to deal with these very serious issues.
To help fight that sort of crime, Villanueva called the API community to action. He said the API community is the hardest to recruit for law enforcement.
And this is a challenge I have for the API community. I'm hiring. I need to hire people from your community. Your sons and daughters are going through college right now. I want them to look at law enforcement as a profession, an honorable, noble profession. They can serve their community well, and it's really important to have that representation. And of all the diversity in the Sheriff's Department, the one that's probably the most challenging to fill is members of the API community.
Former Chief Luna went on to say as well the need for training within the department regarding the sensitivity of this type of crime.
But on the sheriff's side or the police department side of it, we have to make sure that our employees are aware of the sensitivity, of the significance of these crimes and the impacts they have on our community. And that's done by training at the academy or advanced deputy or officer training. And I'm hoping to partner with many of you to come and teach us.
The event was organized by several local LA Asian community groups. It comes just a month before the midterm elections, where Villanueva and Luna will square off for the position as Los Angeles County Sheriff. Jackie Rios, NTD News, Los Angeles.
The annual and iconic pumpkin weigh-off in Half Moon Bay has concluded, setting off new records and drawing in folks from all around. NTD's David Lamb reports.
2,560 pounds. That's the winning number of this year's pumpkin at the World Championship Weigh-Off. Now, people are lining up to take pictures, not only because they won first place, it also broke the North American record.
Straps off. I have the grower up on stage here with me, Travis Ginger.
The annual Safeway World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off brought festivity to a foggy day. Travis Ganger is the owner of Maverick, which is leading the nation as the heaviest pumpkin when it hit the scale.
At first, I expected more, but I'm super thankful that it's the North American record.
Travis, you got gas money, $23,040.
The weigh-in reward is $9 per pound, so he takes home over $23,000 for this behemoth.
180 days of labor, labor of love.
It squashed 3 records: heaviest pumpkin in Half Moon Bay, California, and North America.
This is the biggest pumpkin grown in the United States of America. You broke the record. You broke the record, buddy.
Hailing from the Halloween capital of the world, it took him 35 hours of driving and $1,100 of gas to get to transport Maverick.
So it's named Maverick because it crashed and burned on day 5 with all the scars. So it's a Maverick bear and it plays.
He says it's tough to grow pumpkins in Minnesota during the spring and fall, but he somehow won twice, with the first time in 2020 for a 2,350 pounder.
It shouldn't even happen in Minnesota because our weather goes from 96 to 42 in 24 hours. So, I mean, we got lucky with this one.
How did you feel coming into the weigh-off?
I was nervous. I mean, Steve's is huge, and to top it was pretty incredible. Yeah.
The runner-up was Steve DeLita's pumpkin at 2,425. He has won 4 championships at Half Moon Bay. One nerve-wracking part of the pumpkin growing hobby is lifting the massive gourds.
So we got a lot of time and energy invested in the things, and so, this is the culmination of it all, and you want everything to work. You make a mistake, you lose your pumpkin.
The most beautiful gourd went to a local.
It is so exciting. It's always such a labor of love watching the pumpkins grow, and you get so excited to see the unique shapes that they take and how big that they're going to get. So it's awesome. He's excited. He helped me water it every time we'd go out there. Is one of his favorite things to do. So.
Orange says she's putting the $1,000 prize money into a college education for her son.
I think the biggest challenge is you never know if the mildew and mold and bugs and critters are going to get to him. So every day we'd go out there and check and say, okay, it's still intact. That is fantastic.
One grower told us he won a pumpkin seed many years ago and entered the hobby.
So that one seed was like, catching the fish and getting hooked. So I've been doing it every year since. And then there's a great community of people.
What did it weigh? 1677. Went heavy on me. Nice.
The current world record is a pumpkin from Italy that weighed over 2,700 pounds. This contest kicks off the golden anniversary of the Half Moon Bay Art and Pumpkin Festival to be held on October 15th and 16th. David Lamb, NTD News, Half Moon Bay, California.
A Sandcastle contest held its 60th anniversary in Orange County, California, with the contestants ranging from the first-timers to advanced castle crafters. NTD's Jackie Rios went to find out what the participants were building.
The 60th anniversary of the Newport Beach Sandcastle contest was held on the first Sunday of October at the Corona del Mar Beach Park in Newport Beach. This year, builders celebrated all things California with the theme California Dreaming. The president and CEO of the Newport Beach Chamber of Commerce, Steven Rosansky, was very happy with the turnout.
Everybody had a great time. We had like 20 teams competing. We had great sponsors who helped us build the Sandcastle behind us. We gave up Sandcastle trophies. We gave out cash prizes. It was beautiful weather. It couldn't get much better here in Corona del Mar. We're so happy that we can be an engine not only for the business community, but also for the residents here in Newport Beach and beyond.
This long-running event attracts thousands of spectators from all over the county. Contestants range from first-timers to those who are more seasoned. The contest ran from 10 a.m. in the morning, and after a long day of sun and waves, finished around 4:30 p.m. Jackie Rios, NTD News, California.
Now let's check in with NTD's Thomas Christian for today's Sports Roundup.
I'm Thomas Christian, giving you the California Today Sports Roundup.
Draymond Green delivered a public apology Saturday for punching teammate Jordan Poole in practice this week and said that rebuilding trust with his Golden State Warriors teammates will be key in moving forward. On Friday, TMZ distributed video of Wednesday's incident that showed Green standing on the wing during a stoppage in play while Poole is on the baseline. Green walks over to Poole and bumps him with his chest before Poole shoves back at Green. At that point, Green takes a vicious swing with his right hand before both players go to the ground behind the basket while staff members move to break the two up. Green expressed his sorrow for the incident in an original apology to the team Thursday, and then departed the facility as the defending NBA champion Warriors practiced without him. Green intends to remain away from the team for at least a few more days. DeMarcus Lawrence returned a fumble for a touchdown as the Dallas Cowboys defense led the way in a 22-10 victory against the host Los Angeles Rams on Sunday. Dallas running backs Tony Pollard, who gained 86 yards on 8 carries, and Ezekiel Elliott, who added another 78 on 22 attempts, did their parts. But it was the strong defensive front of the Cowboys that kept Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford running for his life all day, rarely able to find a clean pocket from which to make a play. Stafford was 28 of 40 42 for 308 yards with a touchdown and an interception. He also lost 2 fumbles. The Rams went ahead 10-9 in the second quarter by taking advantage of a rare defensive breakdown by Dallas. Receiver Cooper Kupp turned Stafford's pass into a 75-yard touchdown play. Still, Dallas was able to capitalize off of Rams' miscues. Reigning Super Bowl champion Los Angeles now drops to 2-3, squarely into the middle of the NFL pack for a team that was looking to go back-to-back at the season's outset. Cowboys 22, Rams 10. Austin Eckler rushed for 173 yards and scored 2 touchdowns as the visiting LA Chargers held on to beat Cleveland. Browns kicker Cade York missed a 54-yard field goal with 11 seconds left as Los Angeles sealed the victory despite turning the ball over on downs near midfield with just over a minute remaining in the game. Justin Herbert completed 22 of 34 passes for 228 yards and a touchdown, and Mike Williams caught 10 passes for 134 yards for the Chargers, who climbed out of an early 14-0 deficit. Browns running back Nick Chubb finished with 134 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. The Chargers are now 3-2, good for second place in the AFC West regardless of whether or not the Kansas City Chiefs win or lose tonight. Chargers 30, Browns 28. Jimmy Garoppolo threw for 2 touchdowns and Emmanuel Mosley returned an interception for a touchdown as San Francisco won against Carolina in Charlotte. Jeff Wilson Jr. ran for 120 yards and a touchdown on 17 carries to help San Francisco win for the second time in less than a week. Garoppolo completed 18 of 30 passes for 253 yards without an interception. The 49ers were 7 for 12 on third down conversions. Panthers quarterback Baker Mayfield was 20 of 36 for 215 yards. The Panthers' lone touchdown of the afternoon came on Christian McCaffrey's 19-yard run on the first possession of the second half. He finished with a team-high 54 rushing yards to go with 50 receiving yards on 21 touches. Improving to a record of 3-2, the 49ers are in first place in the NFC West thanks to a bruising defense that looks to be rounding into midseason form. 49ers 37, Panthers 15.
And that's all for sports.
That's all we've got for you tonight. We'd like you to join us again on California Today every weekday at 8:30 p.m. Make sure to check out our broadcasts on our California Today webpage. You can find it at ntd.com/California-today. You can also find all of our top latest clips there, ready to share with friends and family. Send us a message on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or through our email, california.today@ntd.com. I'm Liang Zhang. Have a wonderful evening.